All right, everybody. Now, if you've watched me for a while and you've seen some of my hyperfixation rant segments or my stun locks, you probably know I'm pretty into science stuff. I like watching science videos on YouTube. I like learning about space. I like learning about the ocean. I like learning about the forests. I like learning about the tundras. I like learning about the sky. I like learning about clouds and earthquakes and volcanoes and all that cool shit. Robots, physics, the universe, that kind of stuff. I like watching videos about it. I'm honestly more curious about that stuff now than I was when I was a kid, to be honest with you all. The problem is, if you're like me, and you find yourself watching a lot of science edutainment content, you've probably stumbled across some fishy channels that almost come off like they're AI voice channels. They constantly churn out videos with very sensationalist titles and thumbnails that don't really get met by the contents of that video. That sort of thing. I'll give you an example of one of these channels that YouTube just constantly shoves down my throat. Riddle. This really stupid science, like, clickbait channel, and I really don't like it, because I'll see one of their videos, and I always get caught by the clickbait title and thumbnail and, like, look at it and consider clicking, but then I see it's Riddle, and I immediately know to move on, because I've learned my lesson with their videos. They're bullshit, they're clickbait, and there's countless other clones of that type of content out there. Now, let me tell you guys about a science YouTuber, an edutainment YouTuber, who is not a grifter, like, AI scam misinfo channel trying to churn out fake edutainment content. That's Kyle Hill, who's actually super based and awesome, and I highly recommend you check out his content. In fact, here's a link to the video that we're actually about to cover right now. You should go subscribe and drop a like, because Kyle Hill is awesome. We're of course not going to watch his whole video here, because we don't do those kinds of reactions on my channel, but I am going to give you guys a look at his main thesis in the beginning, because he's finally someone with a big platform has made a very concise and widespread call out of this problem that I've personally been completely enraged by every time I try to find some good science content on YouTube for like a year now, maybe a little more than a year now, honestly. So yeah, let's check out the video, because I haven't seen all of it. All I know is that I saw the title, I saw the thumbnail, and I knew he was talking about something that I would feel great catharsis hearing a large YouTuber with a platform finally talk about. I love this guy's content too. He's a good YouTuber. He's a good bean. He's a good bun. Let's watch.
YouTube has a problem. Most of our information ecosystem has a problem at this point, but since I call this little corner of the internet my home, and that's science communication, I have a problem too. The problem is an epidemic of mis- and misleading content made to...
What I love about this, right off the bat, the first thing that comes to mind is, thank God it's not just happening to us. It's not just the politics sphere that's being flooded with misinfo and grifting clickbait bullshit just meant to, like, siphon up money by grifters. It's not just politics, it's science, it's gaming with, like, the AI fake YouTuber gaming channels, the fake 100 days Minecraft videos. Like, all across the board, we are seeing misinfo, lies, scams, and grifting become more prevalent than ever in every single avenue of content online, it feels like. AI art is leading to more grifting and fakes and scams in the art sphere with NFTs and all that bullshit too. Yeah. It feels like we're in the decade of the scammer. Like, the last few years have been like, scammers have had more, not just like power and success, but cultural acceptance online than ever. Like, people are embracing scammers and scamming, and it's been like that for like the last 4 years now. I feel like this is going to be like the decade of the internet scammer or something.
Scam your attention, written and read by bots created by probably nefarious individuals for monetary gain alone. You've probably seen what I'm talking about. How many ostensibly educational YouTube channels like these have you come across? There always seems to be at least one in my recommendations or watch next. I don't think I've ever actually clicked on one of these myself, but I assume that people do. The topics being broad.
How many of these do you recognize? I'll tell you guys already, like, how many of these channels I recognize. Hey, Balthazar. Scamming at least used to have style? Yeah.
Monetary gain alone.
Cringe.
You've probably seen what I'm talking about. How many
Tech space. Holy shit. Of course, it's one of those Elon Musk Tesla scam channels. So many. Okay. Remember when there was this big trend of tons of big YouTubers having their accounts hacked by emails that would breach their, they would click them, and I guess they'd have like an auto download file on them, or they'd click a link and it would breach their like Google account and their YouTube would get hacked, and then immediately their YouTube would just be overrun with it would get retitled to a fake Tesla channel, but there would be big channels with a check mark, so it would look verified and legit, and they'd do a fake Elon Musk live stream to advertise for like crypto or like NFTs. The scammers know that Elon Musk fans are at this point the most dumb, susceptible, foolish people on the internet, and they will fall for anything. If they will fall for Elon Musk's bullshit, they will fall for their bullshit. And what better way to make people who love Elon Musk fall for their bullshit than to make them think they are Elon Musk? I've gone into these fake Elon Musk live streams and seen countless like super chats going through from people that genuinely seem to think it's Elon Musk who's live streaming on YouTube. So like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that these scammers also know that Elon Musk fans are easy bait. And they're verified. All you need to do to get this verification tick and a silver play button is to hit 100,000 subs on YouTube. That's all it takes. One day we will do the same. We've been pushed back quite a ways. I lost like 4,000 something subs from that drama, but we will get back. I've lost way more subs before.
Ostensibly educational YouTube channels like these have you come across? There always seems to be at least one in my recommendations or watch next. I don't think I've ever actually clicked on one of these.
Half of these channels I've seen, ooh, and Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. You know these people love Joe Rogan too. Fucking Elon, Joe Rogan. They're just like, they're literally like Reddit tier, like conspiracy theorist dude bro tech bros. They love to think that like the pyramids had to have been built by aliens because how could brown people have done it? They're just, it's the worst kind of content. It's like, take the worst of what the History Channel used to have, or does have, I guess, and then crank everything to 11. And that's these channels. It's just all conspiracy bullshit. Another really good channel that debunks these kind of conspiracy theories, particularly the geology ones, the ones that claim that mountains are tree trunks and that's a giant's footprint or whatever, is Mini Minuteman, I think his name is. He makes really good videos debunking those crazy-ass conspiracy theories. I really like them. He's funny as fuck, too.
These myself, but I assume that people do. The topics being
that Destiny
broad,
channel,
sciencey, and, well, pretty provocative. Now, I never thought much about these channels until one of my facility members pointed out that there's something a little weird going on with all of them. A possibly coordinated effort to skim your precious attention using mostly auto-generated clickbait that is posing as...
It's no secret the amount of these channels and the rate these channels that already existed started uploading. It's no coincidence they massively increased when ChatGPT and AI voiceover programs that sound like pretty convincingly like people became extremely accessible to everybody. When you could literally ask ChatGPT to type out a script, then copy-paste that script into a voice reader, record it, like find stock footage to put over it, and it's usually completely unrelated stock footage too if you've seen these fake science channels. Just put a bunch of stock footage over it, and then make a thumbnail that's super clickbait, a title that's super clickbait, and click upload. And if you do that once a day, you can skim millions of views per video. It is such a shameless grift, and it's ridiculous that YouTube allows it to be so successful. YouTube knows this is happening, make no mistake.
High-quality science content. And being the scienceman that I am, I take that personally. So let's dive a little bit deeper into YouTube's science spam problem. So, with very little searching, I quickly found almost 24 channels representing the problem as I see it. And the first thing you notice is their extreme...
They always have this, like... I wonder if there's a program that makes these logos, too, because the logos are always, like, just barely not the same. It's always the same style of logo.
Uniformity. Almost every single one details the same broad, generally...
It's always like an insane photoshopped thumbnail that looks like maybe you would click it and get to see a video of what's happening in the thumbnail. You will not see any of these images at any point in the video. What is this? Scientists at CERN just announced a terrifying new discovery. And I guess this is supposed... If you know enough of it... These thumbnails prey on people whose only knowledge about science is very, like, minuscule. So they would see this, and they know that's the CERN super collider. They see this, and, you know, it's a big black hole. And they see this, and that's a spiral galaxy. And so they think, oh, maybe scientists at CERN, like a viewer who would watch this, who would click this and fall for it, would think, oh, is the CERN super collider going to open up a black hole on Earth and suck up our galaxy? And they'll click it thinking that's what the thumbnail represents. And that's the least charitable interpretation people will generally have about these videos when they click them. This channel isn't, you know, doing all that hot, like, compared to the others. But, like, a lot of these channels get millions upon millions of views per video, and they upload daily.
Interesting science-related topics like the James Webb Space Telescope, aliens, ancient mysteries.
It's like they scan the internet for whatever is currently trending in the realm of, like, science. So, like, James Webb Space Telescope, Bota's Void, I guess is probably what this is. Like coronal flares, that kind of thing. And whenever it's trending, they immediately crank out a video about it. In the same way that the history scam channels, when there was this trend where girlfriends would ask their boyfriends on TikTok how many times they think about ancient Rome or the Roman Empire every day. And it was like a meme that dudes think about it at least once a day or whatever, right? It's not real, but whatever. That meme became so popular that the Roman Empire was blowing up on the search algorithms and like search statistics and on like Google, what's it called? Google Trends, I think it's called, where you can like track how many people or how many searches there are for like a keyword. The Roman Empire had a massive spike, like the biggest spike ever on Google Trends because of that meme. And so a lot of these channels that are like AI bot grift channels saw that ancient Rome was a keyword that was trending at the time, and they just pumped out countless misinfo, conspiracy, clickbait videos about ancient Rome, and then they all disappeared the second the trend ended.
Mysteries, mass extinctions, and so on. You know, the kind of stuff you'd see on a history channel, but you'd only watch if you fell asleep with the TV on. The next troubling thing that
this is the kind of shit that autoplays while you're sleeping. Like you would put on like a Kyle Hill video, for example, when you're like going to bed, like you'd watch it, and that's what you're like sitting up to watch, and you'd like drift off, and then the Kyle Hill video would end, and maybe another one would play, maybe a video from like another reputable science YouTuber would play, but then eventually that autoplay, if you leave it on, is going to keep going. It's going to keep going. And how many times have you woken up at 3 a.m. to like a 4-hour-long infomercial ad that you have to click skip on, blaring louder than any video on YouTube? So you have to like, it wakes you up. And how many of you have woken up to just Joe Rogan on the TV? That happens to me. I'll put on like a science video or like, I don't know, like a SCP story reading video to fall asleep to, and I wake up and this autoplay is cycled to Joe Rogan clips. That's what that's what a lot of these channels rely on too. It used to happen with like, you know what used to happen to me? This is back in like 2018, before I even did like lefty politics on YouTube. I would fall asleep listening to YouTube every night. And I'd fall asleep listening to like, usually like video essay videos, just commentary stuff. And I'd always wake up to this guy named Typical Gamer live streaming Fortnite. That live stream, like his morning live stream would always autoplay, and that's what I'd wake up to. And he was just this like unimpressive, like, annoying dude that YouTube would just, for some reason, autoplay me onto every fucking time I woke up in the morning. By the time I woke up, his live stream is what would autoplay. And I would just, like, click out of it, and I'd ask YouTube to not, like, show me that content, but it would just keep doing it. Like, YouTube just decides it's going to make you watch certain content sometimes. It's pretty insane.
I notice is that these channels publish constantly, some almost every 12 hours. This is a rate that I know is literally impossible for even the best creators to pull off.
Yep, it's
no
AI.
one is this fast.
It's
not
AI.
PBS spacetime, not minute physics, especially not Vsauce get wrecked, not Kurzgesagt, no one. This indicates to me that at least some part of these channels' content generation process is automated, cut and paste, or both. Then there are the thumbnails. They are just so cookie cutter that you'd be forgiven in thinking many of these are just the same video across multiple channels, and they...
But they're clean. The thing is, they're very well made, clean thumbnails that look to the average person who's used to watching, like, science edutainment content like a legit video. It almost looks like a PBS Eons or a PBS Spacetime video thumbnail, or a Vsauce thumbnail. Like a channel that people know and trust and have gotten, like, good science content from for a long time. The thumbnails look similar. So right off the bat, a lot of people judge books by their cover when it comes to YouTube. Believe me, I know I'm a YouTuber. You have to make a good first impression. And so this being the first impression immediately makes people more inclined to trust the information they're getting from these bullshit videos.
might in fact be. The same dramatic images, the same text font, the same arrows and circles pointing at nothing of consequence. This would at best be clickbait on a non-science oriented channel. But on these channels that are representing themselves as educational, these thumbnails are misleading at best and intellectually offensive
These
at
are all
worst.
generated with AI
Look at
art,
this.
by the way, now.
How many of these images are either AI generated,
Yep.
photoshopped to the point of ridiculousness, or of things that didn't happen or don't exist? I don't know. Most of them? This is not what happened to her. This is not Christina Ricci. That nose is photoshopped. That baby is made to look like a baby from Avatar. She's not sleeping with her cobra. That's a python. That's Titanoboa. It did not exist at the same time as humans. No one ever caught that thing. That skeleton.
You could do this all day. Like like you could literally just do this all day. Every single photo is like a creepypasta video thumbnail tier image, but a creepypasta video thumbnail isn't trying to pass it off as real. These science scam channels are. Like, you could imagine this being like the thumbnail of a creepypasta reading video, but this is a supposedly science edutainment video that's meant to teach you about science. What they found in Africa shocked the whole world, and apparently they found a giant skeleton whose, like, one arm bone is as long as a human man. Apparently that's what they found. No. But you could do this all day and read, like, these bullshit titles and thumbnails that are just complete misinfo. Yeah, this is for the Nephilim believers. There's a conspiracy theorist that, like, the Nephilim are some, like, half angel, half human giants. They existed, and their skeletons are out there, and they're covered up.
Skeleton is too big. Jet Li doesn't look like that anymore. No one rides spiders. This woman is not Snoke. That crab never existed. She didn't exist. This is this is Photoshop. This is Photoshop. That never.
Look how many views it's getting. Listen, guys, I can speak as someone who gets fractions of the views these channels do, that they are making quite a bit of money. Like, I make enough to get by off of fractions of this much viewership. And way more effort than they're putting into these videos, okay? These channels, even the ones that aren't pulling millions of views per video, are raking in some pretty big bucks if they're getting tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of views per video. Yeah. And there's people behind these channels, to be clear. It's not like there's robots or AI running the channels. It's people running the channels, scamming other people by using AI.
Never existed. This never happened to him. This woman doesn't exist. Those conversations didn't happen. This robot is too big. That one kind of happened.
That's probably
this
a
dog
stolen
is not
thumbnail.
big. That is not what we discovered in Egypt. No one ever wore that mask to court. And worst yet, there is painfully little creativity here. These channels have identified a few topics.
Look at the fucking, like, the banner of, like, Elon Musk in a Tesla with a space helmet on, looking stoically off as he, like, drives into space. This is for people to jack off to.
Words and images that do numbers and spam them like crazy. Here, let's play a game real quick. I'm gonna click through a couple channels and see just how quickly I can find a thumbnail with either Michio Kaku, Elon Musk, or Joe Rogan.
Dude, I'm so glad he's calling this out. Dude, I'm so glad he's calling this out. This is gonna be so good. It will literally be all of them.
Essentially the bong rips of science content. Okay, let's start with the first channel, and here we go. Oh, there's Elon Musk right in the cover.
Wow.
Oh, Elon Musk right on the front page. Elon Musk.
Yep.
The Kaku.
Oh, that's Kaku? I know this guy. See, he's the guy who goes on, like, Joe Rogan and is like, he's the guy who thinks there's aliens and stuff. He thinks that, like, the pyramids were built by aliens or whatever, and he goes on Joe Rogan and people take him seriously because he's an old guy who was on, like, the History Channel.
Elon Musk, front page. The Kaku, front page. Joe Rogan, front page. Kaku, front page. Joe Rogan, multiple times on the front page. Ooh, oh, the Rogue. Doing pretty good. Nope, Rogan. Ooh, this channel, it doesn't seem like they're spamming any sort of Kaku or Rogan. Surely if I go further,
There's
it's
gonna
not
be
like I'm
one
gonna
of
find
them.
something. You got a Musk.
Yeah.
We're going to the Kaku. We got
Yep.
the Kaku. We got
Yep.
the Musk. This is all on the first page of all of these things. These people don't do it because they're mostly making stuff up.
Yeah.
So this is all getting a little...
Like, he even calls it out. I love that he calls it out. These scammers know that Elon Musk fans are some of the most gullible, scammable people out there. So they target their rhetoric and their like, scam content at Elon Musk fans. Zan should just start using wildly ridiculous clickbait thumbnails. Honestly, what I've been thinking about doing for thumbnails from here on out is making custom Wojaks. For the thumbnails. So, like, if I cover, like, Steven Crowder, we would find, like, a funny image of Steven Crowder making, like, a funny face and looking dumb. Well, Ethan, you're gonna be helping with that. And then, like, trace over it to make it a Wojak and use that for thumbnails. That's the idea me and Ethan have. Ethan does that, too, for his thumbnails. He likes doing Wojaks. Add tits to your cover photo. Zan, you'd get more viewers if you just had tits. Did I see Kyle Hill's follow-up video? I saw it in my recommended, but I think, like, do you want to check out his follow-up video? I guess we should, because if we're going to, like, I figure we would stop here, but if he has a follow-up video and it's, like, new info, then I guess we might as well check it out. Oh. Okay, yeah. No, he did make a follow-up video. It's called Suing YouTube Science Scammers. Oh, shit. Based? Okay.
I have been posting at least one sciencey thing somewhere on YouTube every single week for the last 10 years, and I can safely say I've never seen a response like I did when I posted this.
The problem is an epidemic of mis- and dislead.
I'm so glad the video got this many views. What I'm sad about is the fact that it's not really had much of an effect on YouTube's policy. All this shit is still a problem. Nothing's changed.
Content made to scam your attention, written and read by bots created by probably nefarious individuals for monetary gain alone.
After I highlighted what I saw as a growing problem, a glut of channels with clickbait and spam and AI-generated stolen content flooding your watch pages, millions of you seemed to agree. And after that, I got contacted by many of you who wanted to help. I got interviewed by the BBC World Service, and I even worked directly with a company that exists solely to destroy these scam channels. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
This video represents an update on everything that has happened to me
Okay.
and happened generally as I see
like
it
what I'm
after we
hearing.
were one of the loudest voices on this problem. So, where are we now? Unfortunately, a couple months after the video, not much seems to have changed. Same
Yeah,
white on black logo, same
I can say that from experience. These channels won't get the fuck out of my recommended, and they certainly won't stop being the top recommendations when I search any science topic and want to look at a real science education video about it.
Clickbait thumbnails and topics. Same videos cross-posted to multiple channels by whoever owns them. But there have been some interesting developments. One of the channels I used as a spam example was actually taken down or deleted. 2 channels now explicitly point out in the top line of their description that they are read by AI voice clone, just as we suspected. Now that seems like a direct result of increased attention to this issue, and I'll take that, any little bit that I can, as a win. One of the channels that I put on blast, one of the largest, was Riddle, and after I put out the video...
Fuck that channel. It will not get out of my recommended. Fuck that channel in particular.
They went through the effort of making a fully animated and voice-overed hit piece about yours truly.
No way. I didn't see this.
They made me channel executioner. I think there could have been more blood. Riddle has since taken their video down, but I reacted to it in real time, just minutes after it went up, during my Office Hours podcast. I eventually took down my response as well. It didn't fit the topic I was talking about. The gist of my response was that Riddle deliberately misunderstood my criticisms, and seeing how not much has changed, I believe my criticisms are still valid. Oh, and this guy? He's not the creator or owner of Riddle like they make it seem. He's a prolific and admittedly very talented voice actor, but he's just like the dozens of other voice actors.
This is the dude who did the, literal trailer voiceovers back in the day, I believe. If you ever watched the, not literal trailer, that was what Tobuscus did, the, what are they called? Honest trailers. Was that the name of them? This is like old school YouTube shit. I'm pulling back from my childhood. Honest trailers? Was that what they were called? With like the dramatic voiceover that would be like explaining the movie in like a sarcastic way. Yeah, I think this is the guy who did that voiceover. He's just a for-hire voice actor guy. I don't think he's the Honest Trailer guy. Oh, is he the Smosh guy? Or was Smosh with... listen, I don't remember, okay? You're making me dig deep. It's 2024.
Hired to voice these channels, if they're humans at all. All of this effort from them because I just took a few seconds to point out them using a similar title and thumbnail for a video. Well, I'm sure glad they never did that more than once, or more deliberately, and obviously.
Wow. They not only copied his thumbnail for their, like, main channel, they've got multiple other, like, I guess this is, what is this, German? Like I assume this is German? Or, like, so they've got a German channel, and they've got, I guess this is a India channel, because I would assume, or it's an Indiana channel. But I'm going to assume India. And they copied the thumbnail for all 3 versions. That is very clearly copied. They are very much trying to... Because Kyle Hill did the Demon Core video, and it blew the fuck up, and he kind of started the Demon Core trend with, like, the memes and all that. So these videos, Riddle was literally trying to, like, in every way, shape, and form, shamelessly piggyback off of the Demon Core trend that was popularized by Kyle Hill's 11 million view video.
Man, wouldn't that be embarrassing and further prove my point? Oh, can you imagine? Just walking headfirst into hypocrisy like that? Another entity I called out was much angrier with me, but they didn't put in nearly as much effort. Instead of a video, I got an anonymous email from ostensibly one of the people behind these scam channels.
Oh.
They were ranting about how nothing I could do could stop the spam machine that they have created, how it's all about the money, how only they understand the business and that YouTube could care less. Oh, and if you're wondering, the email is redacted here because I'm covering up all the...
Hold on. Wait, I just read the fucking email just now. Kurzgesagt is not a science channel. It's leftoid blank propaganda paid by the corporate pocket. Oh, you didn't know? So sad. It's not even a big secret. We disinform the public? Blah ha 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 ha. The public is dumb. They voted Sleepy blank Dementia Joe into the office and accepted blank ideas as normal. It will So I guess these are all slurs, by the way. So these science scam channels are literally... Isn't it crazy how all these scammers, it always comes back to Nazis? Like with the NFT scams with Bored Ape Yacht Club, how when like their logo is literally a trace of the like Nazi monkey skull image, like down to the same number of teeth, like the exact same shape. It's just the same. It's the same logo. Yeah, the SS logo with like the skull. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Nazi one's like a monkey skull. I think it's just a skull of a human. But the Bored Ape logo is a monkey. Same amount of teeth, same shape. It's like the same profile. If you basically made the background white and the like main figure itself all black, it's the same silhouette, you know? The same amount of teeth, which is like that's important because the amount of teeth is relevant to the like symbol. Like it's got that many teeth on purpose. Yeah, Totenkampf is what it's called. Yeah, it's niche Nazi shit. It's relatively niche Nazi shit. But isn't it weird how all these like big scams always come back to Nazi shit? It's 14 teeth, I think, for the 1488 dog whistle. Yeah, maybe. I don't remember the amount. It's either 28 or like 18 or 14, something like that. It's 18, not 14? Okay, it's 18. Cool. Thank you, Warhunt23.
Homophobia, anti-Semitism, and racial slurs in it.
Yep. Isn't it crazy how the scamming, the age of scammers, it's all been perpetuated by far-right people. They're all grifters. Some of them grift off of fake science content and Elon Musk clickbait, like this guy that got called out in the last video we watched. Or they just outright make their grift off of spreading conservative propaganda and lies. Regardless, though, being conservative does tend to lead to people believing stuff like, where's the line? It's not even a big secret. We disinform the public. Bwahahaha. The public is so dumb they voted for Sleepy Dementia Joe into the office and accepted, I assume this is going to be like F-slur or something, ideas as normal. Like, these people look down on humanity because other people disagree with them and see the minority groups they see as like not valid, like worthy of human respect and not valid, as people worthy of respect. They look down on humanity as a whole for it and see that as an excuse to throw out all their morals. This guy's just more honest about it, at least in this email, than people like Tim Pool or PJW or Blair White or Candace Owens.
Classy people. The vast majority of responses I got, though, were from people like you wanting to help, and help you did. Like I suspected, the rabbit hole is pretty deep here. You found the same business emails linked to multiple scam channels. You found the cut and paste job listings that are sent out to recruit voiceover actors. You even saw inside some of the businesses and how they, as we suspected, try to make the most amount of content with the least amount of effort as possible, sometimes by deliberately directing employees to crib from other channels. One of you was even a former scriptwriter for one of these channels and more or less confirmed exactly how they work. Then something bigger happened.
That's crazy.
I got contacted by the Misinformation desk at the BBC to appear in a video investigation of their own. And I highly recommend that you watch it. The video is in the description. In it,
I feel like here's where we're going to stop it because I really don't want to steal too much of Kyle Hill's content. I really like his videos, and I highly recommend you guys check them out. I'm going to drop a link to this video as well in the chat, and of course, both videos will be in the description of this video. I am so happy to see Kyle Hill and like people who actually have some power and platform declare war on this bullshit era of content that's all about scamming. From people, from the NFT scammers, the crypto scammers, to Andrew Tate, to the science scammer bro scammers, to right-wing disinfo propaganda channels. I'm glad to see that at least one of these avenues is starting to be pushed back against for the objective misinfo and harm it's causing to the platform that it is. So yeah, go watch Kyle's full video if you want to see the whole, like all of it, because we're not restreaming the whole thing here. I really liked it though. I really like his content. Thank God we got people like him fighting the good fight with a large platform on YouTube.